Hello. Happy Sunday afternoon. Welcome. We had snow this morning and it was picture perfect. It was just beautiful and it didn't last. It's gone already because the weather warmed up. It was just right at that borderline and it was snowing the biggest clumps of snowflakes I've ever seen. I mean, it wasn't even snowing little individual snowflakes, right? And it was beautiful. I took a video of it. I don't know if I can get it posted on Discord or not. It's on my phone right now. So that made me happy, or as my daughter said when I was texting her, it made me cozy, feel cozy. Well, Happy New Year to you, Rivolette. It has been a while. Welcome back. Good to see you. Talking about the snow I had this morning, which is unusual in Kentucky. We don't get snow like all that often, right? So, and like I said, the weather warmed up just a tad, and so it rained, and so it's gone now. We are going to be spinning the last of the purple merino, and I'm spinning on my Aura. So that's our project for today. At least you love snow. Yes, I don't. So I love it the same way I love it, like we had it today, where I can just sit and look at it outside the window and it goes away. It used to be a real problem if it snowed a lot and I had to get to work. It was a major problem. But when I didn't have, now that I don't have to go anywhere, it's not such a problem and I can enjoy it a little bit. Snow is nice once in a while. The one thing we have is constant change of season or temperatures and weather. Constant change of weather, right? It's just if you don't like the weather, all you have to do is wait 24 hours or less and it will change around here. So how is the new year for you, Riverlet? How are you doing this new year? Right now, my new year feels very much like the old one because we are not traveling, just staying home. It's not much going on in my life around here. Not going outside yet. And my knitting and spinning is what's keeping me occupied. It's been one of the better New Year's celebration in many years. Yes, I think you say that because you could get together with people. Hubby and I did not celebrate out this year. We stayed at home. We talked about it, looked into some things, but it just, nothing was really what we wanted to do. So we stayed home. Very low keyed. I must confess, I don't remember what part of the world you're in. You celebrated with your boyfriend, best friend, her boyfriend, It was cozy. We had good food and played games. You're in Norway. Okay, thank you. It's a good thing you like snow, yes. The game part, I love that. I have very, very fond childhood memories of that. That was part of my childhood. Although it was family friends, my parents, and um, a couple who had eventually three boys, but there was one just a couple years younger than me. So he's the one that I grew up with, right? And they would come over New Year's Eve, my mom and dad, and that couple would play euchre. I mean, all night long. They did it other times during the year, right? It was a thing. Get together and play euchre, but we were allowed to stay up on New Year's Eve. So there were lots of board games being played. I always made him play the game of life, which is a board game. He didn't like it, but the deal was I wouldn't play any of the other games that he wanted to play, um, which was usually like Chinese checkers or a card game or something like that. But anyway, until he played a game of life with me. And that was just, throw dice, go around the board in a little car. It was kind of like Monopoly, where you got money, and that was the goal at the end of the game was who had the most. You've heard of it, never played it. Yeah. I don't know if I imagine it's still around, but so I do like the idea of board games on New Year's Eve, but I've never really had the opportunity to join anybody doing that. I think board games had a little bit of a revival for a while, but I don't hear about it now like I used to about 10 years ago. Well, pre-pandemic, yeah. And now, the games are there isn't as much board games as there is like D&D and other card games like that. Magic. There was one shop still in the big town near me that was a gaming. I mean, it had all sorts of games from board games to games for the computer, right? On DVDs and stuff. And it just went out of business. It closed its doors at the end of the year. So that's kind of sad. Yes, thank you. Even that is the thing about New Year's Eve is we don't travel. We don't like to travel. We are, of course, going to go and stay somewhere, and so it would be a thing where if even in Kentucky we would probably have to travel, um, which is another part of it because that was what really kept hubby and I at home was it just is very expensive, to stay in a hotel, and they don't really offer parties yet. We've been to one pre-pandemic. We went to one. I've been to a couple Christmas parties when I worked, but um, where they have a big meal and offer champagne and stuff like that. People just don't do that around here anymore. It used to be hotels would offer packages. And they offered that and then a room too. Besides, I am not a late night person anymore. Boy, I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I am in such a routine of getting up early. You're the 50th. I didn't know you could see that. Okay, that's cool. That was, how long ago was that? A year ago? Let me let me see. I know that I can see the people who have joined on Discord. I didn't know they had a way to number it. Let's see here. Where are my friends? Yeah, see, I just see names. Or maybe if I go to you. Yes, since 2017. Good for you. But it doesn't say a number. No. It says on my Discord that you've been a member of my group since 2017. Now that's weird. Uh, let's see here. Oh, maybe that's a member since that. Maybe that's you on Discord as a member on Discord. See, it doesn't tell me anything else. Huh. I've never understood Discord. I have a hard time with it. I really do. Of course, I'm sitting here looking at that, but yes, I just okay. So that's what it means. You made your okay. All right. Well, welcome. It's not a very active group. I try to put pictures in now and then. I used to try to put in what I was working on, but I really it's been hard to. I just never take pictures anymore. It seems like. And you might be. You might be. I really thought I had more members than that, but maybe I don't. I know I'm on a lot of Discord groups myself, but I think that's how I keep track of those people. They don't aren't necessarily on my Discord, so it's very possible. Yeah, it's not so much complicated as it just I don't know, it just doesn't seem to give me. And yeah, looking at the list of friends that are here, I have 13. Yep, I have 13 online and 37 offline, so that's 50. So yeah, that's what I got. That's how many I got. Hi, Knitter. I will finish the purple today. I only have a little bit left to go. I spent several hours yesterday spinning on it, watching some video on stars. Um, I have been watching Outlander on there, and I'm halfway through. I'm on season 3, and then I started watching American Gods by Neil Gaiman, and I've read the book, and I like the book. I love Neil Gaiman's writing. But I was like, well, I don't think I want to watch this, so I decided not to finish it. It's a series of vignettes, movies, short stories in the book. But I love Outlander. It's just taken me forever to get through it. Fortunately, Stars has been giving me good deals on 3 months of it, 3 months at a time. So I don't feel pushed to finish it up and get rid of Stars. Aw, it's okay. Well, you know what figure I watch? I watch the number of followers on my Twitch stream. Um, I have never really paid attention to the Discord, um, but yeah, I watch how many people are following on the Twitch stream. That is the number I want to grow, of course. Knitter, how are you today? We had snow earlier today. It was pretty. It stuck to everything, and then it warmed up and melted, so it's all gone. But I'm happy to get snow once in a while, especially if I'm not going out in it. Anyway, when I was working on this yesterday, I debated about really focus and finishing it so I could finishing it up so I could apply it today. But I finally got tired of sitting here, so I said, nope, I'll finish it tomorrow. I made clean out the refrigerator soup today. It's on the stove. It had pork roast that I had done and the potatoes and carrots that were in that pork roast. And, of course, vegetable broth. And what else did I have in there? Oh, well, anyway, then there was a premix that my daughter had given me for Christmas that had beans and pasta and spices, and she called it Noel chili, but it has a lot of the chili and paprika and that sort of thing in it. So it's going to end up being more like a chili than a soup, but it should be really good. It's not ground pork, it's just chunks of pork. So I made pork and beans. Anyway, I have never cooked beans, uh, soup beans, without soaking them. And this was not um, set up to soak because the spices were it was in a quart jar and it was all mixed together. However, the difference is she has an Instapot and I don't. So, and an Instapot would cook those beans real quick. And I'm just going to have to keep it on the stove on low for as long as it takes to cook those beans. So it's an experiment. We'll see. You're drying out from all the rain? I know. It rained more last night than yesterday, and then the temp dropped this morning. It is so wet. We just, in Friday's mail, we got the water bill. We get our water piped in from a city. I mean, it's city water. And hi, Mass Bandit. I'm doing good. Welcome, everybody. Good to see everybody. Um, then over Christmas, when we had that terrible freeze and it went sub-zero weather and our pipes broke, well, I mean, I knew we had a leak in our cellarway, and um, part I figured part of that it the cellar got really full of water, and I figured part of that was from groundwater because it's not really concrete shut, right? It's got open to the ground, and but we got our water bill today. We usually use around 3,000 gallons, and the bill was the price of, it said we used 11,000. That's how much more water we lost from that leak before hubby got, he had to get a sump pump and pump that cellar out. And then, of course, he had the water turned off for a while, but the only way to turn the water off that was going in there was to turn off the whole house. And so that's why we ended up losing so much. He did it within 3 days, but still, that's how much water came out of there in 3 days. It was like, oh, it wasn't bad. The bill wasn't bad. The bill was $65. I'm not complaining about the cost. It was just the whole thing was a terrible thing from that terrible weather. We still are getting reminders of it. In fact, hubby has one more thing he has to do, but it really isn't related to that. It's in our bathroom in the shower. The fixtures have finally they're not tight enough to keep it from dripping, so he's got to fix that. But that's not really from that bad weather. HG, hello. Hello, hello. Speaking of homegrown tomatoes, my daughter got me a light thing. It uses pods, and you know what? I can get one and show what the pods look like at least. They look like this. That's dirt, and it goes and sits like that for down into water. So it's agriculture, aquaculture, and you put a little fertilizer in there. And these are this all sorts. She's got 3 of these lights. She must have. Let's see. There's 6, 12. She must have 24 spaces for growing things inside because she doesn't do an outside garden. Yeah, hydroponics. Hi, Kay. You an awful doggy mom who left her dog by herself for 15 whole minutes while you went back to find a thing you dropped off her leash. And she told you, did she watch for you? Yeah. She tell you off? You are not a horrible doggy. You spoil that dog. She got treats. You've been forgiven. That's good. Well, my daughter has. I was over at her house yesterday. I stayed with my grandson for a while they were running some errands, and she has a huge tomato plant growing in one of her uh, hydroponic cells, and it is a cherry tomato, and it has tomatoes on it. They are ripened, right? But they are the tiniest little tomatoes I have ever seen. They look like blueberries. They're the size of blueberries, okay, and not even all that big. Those big wampum blueberries you can find sometimes. Regular blueberries. They are the smallest tomatoes I've ever seen. I had to laugh, and I was teasing her about it and everything, but you know, I said, how did you even get it to fertilize? I mean, uh, pollinate. How did you even get it to pollinate? And she said, oh, I just went in there and I shook that branches there and touched flowers to flowers. Because there's no bees inside the house, fortunately. So she's growing tomatoes in the house. Uh oh. I'll get that later. I don't know. I started this one on the 11th and nothing. I had to partially come up, and when I took the paper cover off, you're supposed to leave that on there until the plant starts sprouting. When I took the paper cover off, they fell out, right? They weren't rooted well enough. So I hope there's more seed in there. I don't know. I'll let it go for a while. I can always put seed in. That's the nice part. You can make your own. Put your own seed in if you want. Mass Bandit, how is your weather? And did you work today? I don't think you did, but I hope you are doing well. And HD, it's really, really good to see you. It's been a minute. It's that time of year. You know, not much else to do. Stay inside, knit, watch Twitch or TV. Oh, you have? Okay. Well, I don't mind lurking at all. That's good. If I'm watching on my phone, it's real hard to do a comment. Let's see, Mass Bandit was a day off today. Went down to the little town 10 miles away and picked up pizza. We did that yesterday. Weather is mild for this time of year. Good. You got a new Nano too. HD got a new Nano too. Is it bigger than or is it, what's the difference here? I want to look. Not that I'm going to buy anything else. Oh, sodium nitrite is not what I want. Okay. That's so funny. I have to put electric. I put EEW on front of that. Yeah, there we go. Dreaming Robots. Wait a minute. Is it a Kickstarter? Or was. Oh no, that was back in May. Okay. It was probably Kickstarted then. Oh, he's got some YouTubes. I'll watch those from last year. Okay. You got the Kickstarter? Oh, okay. You don't have the Nano one to compare it with? Yeah, I can't tell. I mean, with the pictures, it looks the same. It's smaller than your 6, which also was a Kickstarter. Okay. Well, you're just collecting them all. Well, you didn't get the first one. Yeah, the 6 was bigger. I know that. I considered it. Yeah, nice prices, right? It is. I mean, I'm really glad that there are ways for people to get into spinning wheels without costing a fortune. When I have talked to beginning spinners, and they're spinning with a drop spindle but want a wheel, I always send them that way first. I like their portability and battery pack, which is part of the portability. See, because I can take my, and do take my Roberta electric. I have a box it fits into. I'll put it in the car and I take it to Florida when we go to Florida and stay at mom's for several weeks. And that's what I spin on. That's fine. I can plug in down at mom's. But if we're traveling otherwise, if I don't take knitting, I like taking my little uh, Nano. The one thing I've not done, I have not gone to enough fiber fairs to have time to sit and spin at one with the Nano. That is the one thing I would like to do. Yep, I got mine after the Kickstarter, but I just have the Nano one. That's all I have. Oh, Mass Man, you said you went and got pizza. I said we got pizza yesterday. I stayed with my grandson for a while his parents were running some errands and doing some stuff. And part of the bargain was that he and I would go get pizza. So um, he is 10. Uh, he's going to turn 11 March 1st. My gosh, I got to get him a birthday present. I got to start thinking about something. Anyway, of course, at this point in time, he likes money. But He's got a healthy appetite. My goodness, he can eat a lot. He's constantly hungry. That music's nice. Sounds like a guitar. usually split this into six, but it just didn't want to do that. So we're gonna probably be spinning a little longer on each one of these, but a little fatter, thicker. Shouldn't matter. It all drafts really the same. I keep going to my right from my trash can, and I moved it to my left here. Because I had my little space heater underneath there. I have just a little bit left. I will finish it today. It's probably a quarter of an ounce left, which doesn't sound like much, but it means these strips that I'm doing, I'll probably have a total of 8 left to do. I have been spinning on this since, I forget when I started it. I think I may have, I don't know if I started it on the first or not. Been spinning a while on it. It's like a really good dessert, right? There's only so much of it, and sometimes it can feel like it lasts a long, long time, and then, but that's it then. There's no more. Not of the exact same fiber, exact same color. Very one of a kind. I was tickled because my grandson had the T-shirt on that I got him for Christmas. He can wear it. I was correct that he's not going to wear it very much longer. I told him to wear it as much as he could, and then when he couldn't wear it anymore, ask his mom or me to turn it into a pillow for him. And he liked that idea because he showed me another pillow that he had for his bed that they had made out of something or they had gotten because it was a gaming character, right? So he liked that idea. But the T-shirt says, "I paused my game to be here. You're welcome." And even he gets the humor, all right? So he likes it. And the only reason he's not going to be able to wear it much longer is because it was an adult medium. They didn't have it available in a large, probably because that was the best selling size. It was pretty good pizza, huh? Maybe not as good as Frankie's. Oh, I have never heard of Frankie's. But that's not a surprise. I mean, we got Pizza Hut. We got a chain pizza, and they burnt the crust. I was disappointed on the pizza that I got to take home for hubby and I. They overcooked the crust. It was like very, very crunchy. Wasn't really burned. It just was real crunchy. And I did order the thin, but I'm not used to the thin having that problem. They just got it too thin, or it was in the oven a bit too long. We still ate it. It's a mom and pop joint, yeah. That's good kind. We have a lot of Mexican restaurants like that, but not necessarily pizza. You have a Mexican place that is supposed to be opening downtown of the city, 20 miles south of here, but they've been saying that for the last 6 months, if not longer. Oh, we don't tend to eat out at Mexican much. I have trouble sometimes with their seasonings, but I make Mexican here at home with my own seasonings and hamburger for uh, we used to get taco shells, but they just there's so many in a thing and we don't eat them and they go stale. So now we're just burrito people. And hubby eats a burrito with just meat and some lettuce in it. I eat a burrito with the cheese and the sour cream and all that good stuff. And buy a bag of chips and we're good to go. So it's very Americanized Mexican. I like refried beans. He does not, so I don't make them. But I like a bean burrito just as much as I do meat. I'll tell you something else that I found it. I got oh man, I'm not going to be able to say what it is. It was a pre-made in a jar olive olive I want to say Renaud, but that's not right. Man, can't think what it is. But I've been spreading that on a warmed up tortilla and rolling it up. Man, it's good. Hmm. Wonder what that is. Tapenade? I think it's a tapenade. Yeah, tapenade. That's what it is. You know, it's various olives, garlic, some oil, olive oil. You have to like olives. Boy, do I love olives. That's a snack, except for the fact that I like the um, no burrito the flour burrito warmed up. So it means getting a skillet and putting it on the stove, warming it up. I started crocheting on the sweater. I bought the thing as a kit from Mary Maxim. Um, I like the pattern. It's basically a 4-row pattern. I'm working on the back. It's going to go quick. It's using a moderate size crochet hook, and it's almost Aran weight yarn. I mean, it's worsted weight. It's a really pretty blue, baby blue. I have discovered that since my hair is now gray, I look pretty good in that light colored blue. So I thought that would be a good color, and I liked it's just no buttons, shawl collar, just a great big oversized sweater. And the only thing I can't really tell is, uh, I think the largest size is going to be too large, but I'm doing the back the way it's written, and then I think I can adjust the sides. I thought about starting with the sides first and then adjusting the back, but I don't know. I'm just following the directions the way they wrote them. It's going to feel like wearing a blanket, but I think it's going to be really nice for the winter time for the streams. Oh, good thing I looked down. I had two of these on the floor. I would have been, I would have been upset if I had taken the bobbin off before I found them. The never-ending purple fiber. Need a break. Stretch break. It feels so much later than 4 o'clock. I mean, I'm serious. It feels like it's 8 o'clock at night, like it's my Thursday night stream, you know, instead of the afternoon. It's so overcast and the days are so short still. It feels really late in the day. Oh, I gotta figure out when I'm gonna get groceries this week. Oh, these were already. That one was already drafted, pre-drafted. Must have been from last stream. This one isn't. These are the two that. Well, I know this one was on the floor, so there's another one there. I remember I stopped the stream with two of these strips left to do. I had drafted them. I just decided I was done. It'd been the 2 hours. Hello, Alias Doom. I'm good. Welcome. And how are you on this Sunday? Almost end of the weekend. We have quite a few of us here, but nobody's chatting today because I think we're all either snoozing or working on projects like I'm spinning. Oh, you're working on your grad school project. It's due tonight, and you've been struggling to get the professor to answer your questions with anything more than repeating the assignment. Uh oh. That's too bad. You're good, knitting beside the window with a little sun on your face, enjoying the warm. You're being a kitty. That's what cats like to do. That's what I say when I sit in the sun like that. Enjoy. I am so ready for spring. It'll be a while though. Be at least 2 months. Sun? What sun? Yeah, I know. Us too. We had sunshine yesterday. I, you know, it doesn't do anything as far as warming things up, but we did have sunshine yesterday. Blue sky before the system came in, the rain snow system early in the middle of the night actually. I heard it raining in the middle of the night. And then about 7 o'clock this morning I was up and looked out the window and it was like snowing. So yep. So no sun today. But I miss being on my front porch in the, being warm enough to sit out there, and I can sit in sun sometimes, and sometimes it's shady when it's too hot anyway. So this time of year, I really miss it. I say that hubby and I say everybody has cabin fever, including the cat. Um, it just doesn't help to get in the car and go somewhere because that's not really what we're missing. We're missing sitting on the porch. Wonder if Newman came back in. He went out right before I streamed, he wanted to go out the back door, so I let him out. Hopefully he can come in through the cat door, so hopefully he came in. He'll be wanting supper. It's hard getting sun on this days of winter in Canada. I miss a little Mexico for that. Boy, you've had the two extremes, haven't you? Yeah. But more to the point is you got to get sun if it's cold and you're inside, you got to get sun coming through a window that you can sit at. And that is really our problem. I have the only two windows that I have that I could put a chair beside. One has my dining room table in front of it instead, and the other one has all of my house plants that normally live on the porch during the summer and come into the house during the winter. And yeah, can't put a chair by either one of those. I have to sit at the dining room table to be sitting in the sun, which works, but Tuesday's stream I will be crafting, either crocheting or cross stitching, I'm not sure which. And then when I start spinning again, I am going to be spinning on my Nano. Speaking of, we have been talking about people and their Nanos, getting new Nanos and stuff like that. And I have not spun on my Nano for a long time, and I have some pre-made row logs that I bought quite a while ago. And I have uh, 1, 2, 3, 18 of them. They're really pretty spring pastel colors. And I thought they might spin up okay on the Nano. That might be a lot to be putting on. I don't think I may not get it on one bobbin. I may have to have multiple bobbins. But I think I'm going to self-ply them to, the same color to itself. Not going to get a whole lot out of the yardage out of it. I might be surprised. I might get a fair amount, but I'm actually hoping I can make a pair of fingerless mitts. Have enough to make a pair of fingerless mitts. I have been wearing the same ones forever now, and they're starting to look pretty kind of ratty. They're starting to show. And then I have a commercial pair that I wore to death, and they look terrible. They happen to be white, and that is like the worst color ever. That is the only drawback to the fiber I'm talking about. They're very light pastel colors mixed with white, so they also might show the dirt and they would have to be hand washed. So, might change my mind on that. But that's kind of what I saw when I was thinking about the fiber. This is it. This is the last of this fiber. So I am going to spin it after I pre-draft it here, and that'll be the end of today's stream. Anyway, let me get back to, well, that's all I wanted to say was that on Tuesday I should be crafting, but after that, my next spinning project, I hope, is the Nano. And I had already planned that before we even started talking about the Nano. It just so happens that that was what was in my mind to spin next. I also will have to ply this. I probably will do that off stream while I'm watching some videos. It is a pretty color. It looks very blue. It actually is very purple. It's a what can I say? It's a kind of hard one for the camera to pick up. For some reason. I don't know if putting it against this white would help. Let me see. That made it made it look like colonial blue, right? It made the camera adjust itself, unfortunately. See that? Yeah. It really is not the correct color on my camera. I don't know what you all see. I haven't looked at any of the VODs with it on there. It's probably going to look the same because it's my same computer. But it's going to get plied with this, which also looks blue on there and looks purple here. Purples and pinks and some blues. So, purple or blue, it is a pretty color. It is going to be a pretty yarn. This is 100% merino. The one that's on the bobbin with the multiple colors is merino silk. 80% merino, 20% silk. Really nice. Really, that was lovely spinning. I had said I was going to comb on a stream too. I have black Shetland to comb. Oh my, just so much to do. It's true. There is no end to the amount of fiber work that I do, I'll tell you. And all it has to do is warm up about 10-15 degrees outside, and then the house won't feel so, it won't make me want to just sit under a blanket because I'm cold. I'll feel like doing stuff. Get some of this drum carding done, but I have held up on doing that because I am a little backed up here with stuff to spin, so I don't want to drum card it until I'm ready to spin it. This is the Chinese Year of the Rabbit. I think I'm correct in that if I remember Google front page. Um, Funny, I was just sitting here thinking about the Angora rabbits, which was pretty much the start of all of my fiber doings. Okay. Is it? Okay. Here is being a warm winter. We are not, well, minus, okay, 15 degrees Fahrenheit. I know Fahrenheit. And last year at this time we were like minus 22 Fahrenheit. Oh, my goodness. My goodness. Yeah. When we had our minus degree weather over Christmas, it really wreaked havoc on a lot of stuff, and we're still figuring all that out and finding stuff and taking care of it. All right, I'm going to turn the music off. I'm going to go to Twitch and see who's streaming. I don't know if we'll raid or not. I like I like science, but we won't go. Okay, we have a blanket deliria. Huh. Okay. Not finding much here. Melody's treasure. Stitch along. Woolly Deeve Deeve. Okay, she's loom warping. I was trying to put those together and that wasn't working. I'm going to one that I don't follow yet called Vintage So Gal.
You found the
She
stickers.
is working on a quilt.
You found the stickers. There's a bird on your balcony. Your cat's about to have a psychotic episode. Equal to catch the
Let
bird,
me
Mama.
plug in so I can hear.
To catch the birds. Alright. Dream Raiders. Let's go do this thing. Let's beat this boss.
She's playing Stream
we do it.
Raiders.
I think we can. Whoops. Sorry about that. Hit the wrong button there. So 61 people. Thank you all. Eva got 6. Nominee, you got 6. Yay, yay. Yeah, I don't think I have the stickers on the Stream Raider screen. So let's start this battle. Kill the boss.
Okay. I've muted her for a minute. Okay, that's where we're going. We're going to, let me move this down so I can read it. Vintage Sogal. But before we do that, let me say a proper goodbye. And see you later. And thank you, everybody. It was a nice to chat with various folks as the 2 hours went by. I appreciate you all hanging. Oh, I didn't stay as long as 2 hours. Sorry about that. It was just a good stopping place, so I can hang out in the other chat for just a few minutes. Thank you, everybody. See you Tuesday morning. It will be 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time is my usual start time. So until then, happy whatever. Take care, stay safe, stay warm, and check you out. Be back later. Bye.